Welcome to Talk with Barledo. Today, I'm so excited to announce to you the guests we have and the program we have today. Today, we are going to have a very interesting and exciting discussion. It's going to center around the book that young Elizabeth wrote, and also we are going to look at parenting education. My name is Oere Barledo Prosper. You will get to know my guest a moment from now. I mean, you are going to be happy. They are ready and they're excited to give us what they have. Thank you so much and remain blessed.
My name is Elizabeth Jacob.
My name is Patricia Hamburg.
My name is Lucy Jacob.
My name is Danladi Samson Zakara.
And my name is Mr. Oye Joseph.
I'm James Ugochukwu.
That is Samson.
My name is Daniel Ekpa.
Thank you so much for joining this program. I can't wait to quickly dive into the discussion. Remember, we are looking at the book that young Elizabeth wrote, My Choice, My Dream, and also Parenting Education. So before we go into that, we want Elizabeth to quickly give us a summary of the book.
The book is trying to talk about Elizabeth and Victoria wanting to be army, but their mom told them that they should be a doctor. So later on, they finally found their dreams and become what they want to be in the future.
Thank you so much for that summary. That was a wonderful summary. I've read the book. The book is we are still working on the book. We still have this. This is a draft of the book. We are still editing, and in fact, what we are going to discuss today will get to add to the book to have more message and to add to what young Elizabeth has said. In fact, from the first chapter of the book, we have Elizabeth as the main character. Not if so, the Elizabeth there is it your own Elizabeth? Okay, so not this Elizabeth. So we have Elizabeth in the book. We also have a friend. We have Elizabeth mom and dad. The mom's name is Tamara. But what I want to point out is that right from chapter 1, we saw that Elizabeth's friend came around, and because the mom was around, he has to wait and for the mom to go out because what Elizabeth wanted, the mom was not in agreement with. In fact, the book is about Elizabeth and her friend. Elizabeth wants to be a soldier, but the mom wanted her to be a doctor. So, and because she really wanted to be this soldier, and her mom was not in agreement with her, even though the father was like, my wife, let her be what she wants to be. But the mother claimed that she knows what is best for her daughter. So Elizabeth wants to be a soldier, and because of that, now she have a friend, and her friend was motivating her. Since the mother was against her dream, she now got someone who was motivating her, and the approach they took was that right from chapter 1, we saw Elizabeth and her friend, waiting for her mom to go out before her friend will come in, and then they will plan how they will go to have some training. It seemed that in their neighborhood there used to be this military training here, military camp where they train people who want to be a soldier. So they waited for the mom to go out, and then she came in, her friend came in, and that was how they left the house. The mom was not aware, the father was not aware, and they keep doing this, keep doing it. Even sometimes they will claim they are going to school, and they will sneak out from class and go to train for what they want to be. And also, we also see that, in fact, there was a time when the principal happened to see them, and in fact, the principal also confronted them and called even the parents, but yet it didn't solve anything. I was discussing with Victoria some time ago, and we come to the conclusion that parents should be in a better position to help their children to be what God wants them to be. But in this case, there was this disconnection. There was this gap. We now see that Elizabeth was getting motivation from outside. So now I want to ask, but before we ask, I want missionary Pat, Nana, as we know her to be, she's going to give us her experience in America, how she was able to train her children. I mean, now she's a grandmother now, so she should
I'm a
have
great grandmother.
pardon me, great grandmother. So she have a lot of experience here. She has seen all these things. So we want to hear from her how she was able to actually help her children to reach their potential. Thank you, Nana.
Well, first of all, having read the book, I saw from the beginning the amount of deception that's in that book was amazing. I mean, parents should be able to talk with their children and they should know what's going on with their children. But obviously, like you said, there was a big disconnect in that relationship. So the kids are sneaking around and doing what they want, and that's bad to begin with. If you want to know what your children are doing, you have to give them your time. Okay? You want me to talk about my own children?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I was a stay-at-home mom for one thing, and I have 4 daughters. But when my oldest daughter, she was not even 3 years old, but sometimes you give your children paper and crayons and pencils, and they let them scribble, and they're not drawing anything. Well, she used to tear paper up into circles and make, not perfect, but little rectangles. And she said to me one day, "Mom, I need tape. Tape? You have tape? I have tape." So I gave her some cellophane tape, and she began to tape these little pieces of paper on the wall. And before I knew it, she had a bunch of little people. The circles became the head, the strips became the arms and the legs. And she grew up to be autistic. She went in and she studied those kind of things in college and university. So sometimes if you pay attention to your children, you can see the gifts that God has given to them at a very, very young. I've seen it here. Trouble is in Nigeria, too many parents go away. You're troublesome. I'm busy. Da, da, da. They chase the kids away. But one day those kids are going to say, "I'm going away." And you'll wonder why your children won't come and visit you, because for all the years you've been chasing them away and not talking to them, and they'll go off on their own and do their own thing. But anyway, all my children were like that. I spent time with them, and when I saw they liked to do certain things, I would encourage it. I would sit with them. I would talk to them. Always, I was a stay-at-home mom. I didn't have a job when they were young, and so it makes a big difference if you plan. You want to know what's going on in the minds of your kids. A little child will not just sit in the chair and just stare out. Wait, you wonder what's going on in the brain of that kid. You have to spend time. You have to make them be curious. Talk to them about different things. Pick up a stone, pick up a leaf, and explain the little parts of a flower. And before you know it, they'll be asking you all kinds of questions. And you'll be able to see what's going on in the minds of your own children. But if you're not willing to spend any time with them, you may get to the point where you have deception like that, where the kids want to go off on their own and the parent doesn't know anything about it. I've seen it here in Nigeria. Some kids I recognized that had talent, and I even told the parents, "Wow, that kid, I bet he grows up to be an engineer." He was doing things and that was just above his age level, and now he's studying computer.
Yeah.
He's really into, and all that is mathematical that he's studying. So they might have the gift of things like mathematics or music. And you'd be surprised. Look, pay attention to what your children like to do. And I think you'll have a lot of success in figuring out what gifts God has given to them when they're very, very tiny.
Thank you so much, Nana, for this wonderful contribution. The 2 things I jotted down here. You said you were a stay-at-home mom, and also you spend time with your children, and that helps you to know what they want and know what they were good at.
Yes.
Okay, so we see that one of the things that the parents in this book, one of the things that was lacking, well, they were working. Both of them were working. So let me turn to Sir Ugochukwu.